What is good, guys? It's Rey-Jay back with another video. Let me first say that I'm not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out the Moomoo link, which is down below and in the description. If you sign up for Moomoo and deposit $100 into the account, you are guaranteed up to 5 free stocks. If you deposit $1,000, you're guaranteed up to 15 free stocks, and the offer ends very soon. So, guys, I had an issue with my laptop. I'm basically using a laptop because my PC had an issue. And what happened was with this new laptop, there's a software update that took me like 40 minutes. So I'm extremely late this morning. That's why I'm going to try to make this video very quick and very short. American Airlines announced its earnings alongside other airlines. They beat on EPS and revenue and guidance. Not bad whatsoever. Strong guidance as well. And a couple of things affecting the markets. We had the S&P 500 and Nasdaq continuing to pump. For Tesla, it fell over 8% in the pre-market trading session. Big drop, but the one thing that does scare investors is the fact that their volume growth for 2024 may be lower than what the expectations are, lower than last year's growth rate. Not to mention the fact that Tesla missed on EPS and revenue, unfortunately. So this is causing Tesla to drop. There's some more fears about more potential price cuts and Tesla inducing more and more competition through different mechanisms. On top of this, we're going to be finding the GDP numbers. So far, I'll be going over them in just a few minutes. And that's pretty much it for now. Comcast also beat expectations for revenue and profit so far. It did lose lower amounts of subscribers than anticipated, and overall, not too bad if anything. Now, with that being said, just to talk about a couple of other pieces of news. Um, for earnings, later on, we have Intel and Visa for Thursday, just a little bit later on. As far as the GDP numbers go, we're actually getting the GDP growth rate was stronger than expected at 3.3%. This is helping the market rebound. That's what I predicted would happen. Same thing with the GDP price index. This is actually a little bit below expectations, which is going to work against inflation. Initial jobless claims is at 214,000, a little bit above expectations. And besides that, we're just waiting for new home sales at 10 o'clock a.m. And 11:30 a.m., we also have some more bill auctions coming out. But besides that, everything is very minor. Now, when my computer restarted, you guys could see that everything got cleared on my Webull account. I have to reset everything, which is ridiculous. So I'm just going to quickly use TradingView only. SPY is approaching 488 as resistance. If we break the high we made yesterday, we could be pushing for 490. If we reject off this 488 range, watch it come down to 486 all over again, if not lower levels. The most likely possibilities we kind of push a little bit. We kind of chop around the 488 area. Then we watch and see if we reject or not. So watch that very carefully on SPY. On the QQQ, it's essentially the same thing. We're approaching basically 429. Watch and see if we break that. If we break above that resistance, we're going to be pushing all the way into the 430s. If you reject off 429, look for a big rejection back down to 427 and eventually the 425s. So watch and see if you get this rejection off 429, or if we break above this, watch that very carefully. We're trying to push a little bit, but we could be seeing a big change. On Nvda, excuse me, on Nvda, we're basically attempting to push up towards 625. If we break above this, you're going to be watching it to push back up above 630 plus. If you reject very close to 630, watch it come back down to fill this gap down here at 615, then trade sideways. The most likely possibility is we kind of range trade on Nvidia, but watch and see how it reacts around 628 to 630 just to be safe. It's going to push up when we open most likely, so push up a little bit, but watch and see how it reacts to the resistance. For Tesla's looking a little bit beat up. It's all the way down towards 190. It's looking very weak. Watch and see if we rebound a little bit upon open to 195, then reject. We might just trade sideways down here, then even sink lower. If we lose 187.75, watch it come down to 185, 182, and eventually, 178. If anything, Tesla's looking very weak, so be very careful with this. Look for a little rebound upon open, then a rejection. It still looks very, very weak. Last but not least, for Apple stock, Aapl is, it's retesting 195. I predicted this would happen yesterday, but watch this range right here, 195 to 195.7. If we're bullish, want to break above the high we made yesterday. If we do so, 197.5 is coming. If we're bearish, you want to reject between 195 and 195.7 and make our way back down towards this imbalance at 194 and eventually lose 193.5. Do we push a little bit more and reject, come back down to the 193s, or do we break above the high to push up to 197 before we reject? We'll just have to watch this reaction right here in the 195.7 area alongside the highs from yesterday. All right, guys, I apologize if this video seemed kind of rushed, trying to make this as fast as possible because, unfortunately, I ran out of time. My computer spontaneously had to give me an update. It took 40 minutes just to update it. Unfortunately, I'm going to have my old computer back once I repair it by Friday. Friday, it should be fixed by then. But until then, I'm still trying to work with this new computer. It's giving me a lot of issues, but it's okay, guys. I'll make it work, and I'll be back with my original computer. I'll fix everything up a little bit later on in just a few days. Anyways, have a great day, guys. I'll see you guys very soon. Remain calm, cool, and collected, and thank you all so much for listening. Market to the moon because the long term is still very bright despite the short term fluctuations, and peace out.